Hi, it's nomadicMadman. It is Wednesday, March 5th, 2025. This video it's going to be a little different. I experienced something recently that I decided to share, primarily because it's part of my life now, and anyways, I thought about it quite a bit over the last week, what I was going to say. So let me just tell you about it. On February 27th, I had a major life event, medical emergency. Leading up to it, I had a slight dull headache for 2 days straight that didn't really go away. On the evening of February 16th, I took a couple of Tylenol to help go to sleep and rest, and I think it helped. And I woke up on February 17th and went normal routine. I still had a dull headache. Didn't really feel ideal, but I went to work. It was a normal day for a Thursday. And anyways, yeah, so it was a normal day at work, Zoom meetings, had a late lunch about 1 o'clock, got back to my desk about 2, had another Zoom meeting with my manager, and it was pretty normal. I was just sitting at my desk, plain as day, and suddenly everything went blurry and started spinning. And I knew there was a problem, and I was like, whoa. I didn't want to cause a scene or anything. And in my office, I'm the only one in my team that's in the area, but I could see someone talking to a friend nearby. And at that point, I knew I needed to, it was happening pretty fast. And I basically knew I needed to get away from my cubicle area because I was not really isolated, but there was nobody around. And I couldn't stand up because I immediately was filled with dizziness. So I turned my chair around, started pushing backwards towards where I could see people talking. And as I was going, I got really nauseous, extremely nauseous. By the time I reached there, that's what happened. I was nauseous. And I pulled up next to them talking. They turned around, and I think they said, "Hey, what's going on?" And I'm like, I either said, "Something's wrong," or "I don't feel well," something like that. I don't know what I said. And then I asked for a garbage can, and I got down. Anyways, this might be too much information, but basically, I ended up just lowering myself to the ground and laying down eventually. And they got security, and eventually the first responders came and hauled me away, or took me away. Anyways, yeah, so I didn't know what was going on. All I knew is I was unable to stand or think or do anything. So they took me to the first hospital, St. Luke's, which was only maybe a mile away or less. And kept my eyes closed, mostly probably because of the dizziness. Maybe they said it was the lights, but I think it was the dizziness. Could have been the lights, but I don't know. And eventually they got the nausea under control, roughly, and I wasn't really anyways, they did a MRI and they did a CAT scan. They did both. Eventually the ER doctor came and talked to me while I was laying there. Ow. And he explained to me that I had a brain aneurysm. And I was like, that seems serious. Anyway, evidently he had forwarded the images to the next hospital, which is downtown Boise. because that's where the neurosurgeons are. And so from there they transported me downtown, and they stabilized me and everything. Eventually, the neurosurgeon came in, and he said he'd wanted to come to see me to see what condition I was in, because the ER doctor said I was normal, which means that I was alive and I could move my hands and feet. And he didn't really believe him totally. So he came down to check on me and scheduled the surgery, I guess. So they scheduled for the next morning, which would give me the evening to stabilize, pump some drugs or something into my veins to make sure they're ready for the surgery. Anyways, it was quite an ordeal. This is the first time I've been outside. It's a little chilly, but I'm okay. Today, anyways, I came home yesterday, March 4th. Anyway, I had quite a few nights and days to think about what I wanted to say, but I took some video. Any vlogger would do that. Right now, what I'm experiencing, my family's kind of watching me pretty close, primarily because I'm on my feet. I've been up and down stairs. Anyways, I'm on my feet. Like I said, up and down stairs. I took a shower yesterday, took one today. Again, maybe too much information, but I'm just vlogging my life. What I'm feeling today is I have to move kind of slow, because movement it feels like whiplash. In the video that I'll be posting with this, I described everything I went through, kind of. But right now, instead of numbness, it feels like back of my head has whiplash in my neck. And then on the left side of my body is numb. I mean, I can feel things, but deep inside my gut, my thighs and my shins and everything, the bottom of my foot. First time I put shoes on since just now. Feels like I'm walking on buttons. Anyway, this is my story. But one thing that I realized while I was in there is that I'm just grateful for a second chance to see my kids again, and to let them know that I love them and my family. Because I could have easily been gone like that. I've been blessed and fortunate. Anyway, that's it. Yeah, anyways, kind of a headache still. It wasn't too bad in the hospital. It was always there, kind of like whiplash. But originally, after the surgery, the day after the surgery, I felt pretty good. I was in real good humor. I made lots of good jokes that day. But as the night progressed, I could feel my feet going numb. I had feeling. It's kind of a weird thing. The doctor said it's unusual. He hasn't really had anybody necessarily with that symptom. Because I could move and I could feel things. They could poke me and I could feel them everywhere. And they would test me. I think my daughter took video of me being tested, just to make sure that I didn't lose functionality. But it's good to be here with you. Every day's a gift. Whether I go tomorrow or in 20, 30 years, I'm grateful. Anyways, that's all I have to say about that. But I took some video in the hospital. I took some, before the surgery, late at night, took some video of my thoughts to share with my children, just in case, because basically leading up to it, there's a lot of unknown. Anyway, here comes a cat. We have lots of cats. But yeah, so maybe take a while before I get on another adventure out. But I'm still here. All right, that's all for now. I believe I'll be posting this part. I was, not to be overly dramatic, but that's it. Thank you. Bye. Hi, it's November. That's a bad way to start this video. Today's March 1st, 2025, Saturday. I was woken up. I'm in the ICU. I was woken up every hour to check on my, make sure nothing changed, no change in my feeling in my hands and my arms. But it's 7:30 a.m. now. They just got done doing my evaluation, and there's a slight tingling on, I noticed first in my left hand a little bit, and in my left foot, just a little tingling, or numbness, just slightly, and maybe in my chest area. So I'll let the nurses know. First, I thought maybe the way I slept, but anyway, I was hoping there was no issue, but maybe it's nothing. But other than that, I slept pretty good. Feel pretty good. Still, everything seems the same except for just that. Anyway, again, it's 7:31, Saturday, March 1st. I'm hoping for full recovery. I'm hoping for a full recovery, but I still I'm not out of the woods yet. I'm in the ICU. And yesterday morning, I keep going, oh crap, I'm failing this test. February 29th. At 8 in the morning, they did put the stent into my brain aneurysm. It's a pretty big one, pretty long, it seemed like to me. But the doctor was a good doctor, and it went pretty smoothly. And I'm still here on the planet. My family came by yesterday, saw me, spent a lot of the day with me. It's good to see them. You never know how much time you got here. I keep hoping to live to 100, but he did talk, Dr. Pearl did mention that, well, they put 2 stents in for extra support, maybe because it's so big. But he did mention that in the future they may have to do a 3rd somewhere. It's in a very complicated spot, very dangerous spot that feeds the brain. Other than that, I feel pretty good. Slept pretty good. Could be some different sensation back here. Son of a bitch. They changed this to so I could feel better, or feel that arm better. It's getting a little long. My friend Sean came by last night too. We talked for a bit. I was on a pretty good funny roll. I said a lot of funny things. I used to be a lot funnier. He's been a good friend. But yeah, so it's, the doctors come in, and I just told him that some of my left side just feels slightly different. So they're going to do a CT scan this morning, and I'm about at 8 o'clock, or no, at 9 o'clock. It's 8:36 a.m. right now. So we're going to do another scan of it to see if everything's good. Yeah, there's just a little numbness on the left side slightly. Anyway, it's the latest. So it's March 2nd, 2024. 7:55 in the morning. I just saw a nurse came to test my movements, and one of the doctors that helped, Dr. Pearl, came and did some more testing just to see if my functionality. So yesterday morning, March 1st, first thing in the morning, I started. So the surgery was on Friday, and I felt pretty good that day after the surgery with movement and feeling of everything. But starting yesterday, on the 1st, the left side of my body, from my foot, I noticed it first, all the way up into my core, half of my body, my chest, all the way up the back of my neck to the back of my head. It was kind of numb, kind of like it felt like it was mostly asleep. I could still feel people poking and touching, and I could move. But even in my body, all the way through my guts, it just all felt asleep. Anyway, starting last night, probably 10-ish, until this morning, it's slowly dissipating. The numbness is still there. So my hands, I first noticed it. And my fingers, it leaving, and my ear, I can feel my ear feels normal again. But anyways, the numbness is diminishing, so I think I might get out of the ICU today. And it's starting to, the bottom of my foot still feels kind of numbish, so I think if I tried walking, I might still need some help. But anyways, I'm just reporting that I think it's getting better, so that's a good sign. Anyhow, it's a bright, sunny March 2nd. Recovering from a brain aneurysm. You're welcome. All right, see you guys. All right, it's still March 7th, 9:14. The occupational therapist just came by, and we Did a little walk around the room, did a little coordination stuff. I was a very good student. Anyways, walking a little better than yesterday, primarily because the feeling is coming back in the left side of my body. It kind of helps when you can, when it's not numb. It's still slightly sensation on the bottom of my feet where it's not totally perfect, but my balance was a little bit better. And yeah, I did a little walking and touching colors and some stuff that's just to see what I can do. Anyways, I'm on the mend. But it looks like a nice sunny day out there in March. They're doing some construction. The other day when it sounded like they were building the building right next, it sounded like they're breaking down the wall actually after the surgery. They're doing construction here. The city's growing, so they need a new tower out there, is what I heard. So we're building a new tower here in downtown Boise, Idaho. Just had my bed freshened. This is the ICU. Just finished breakfast. These people are pretty good. They did a good job here. It's 2:08 on March 2:09 p.m. on March 2nd. I saw the surgeon an hour or so ago, and they are going to move me to out of the ICU. So it looks like it's going to happen in the next hour or so. I'm feeling pretty good. Left side's feeling good. Anyways, that's the latest update. Going upstairs, being moved out of the ICU. All right, I'm being transferred to out of ICU. Oh no, I have my daughter and someone pushing me out of ICU, going up to some other floor. So anyways, here we go. Headed to the 9th floor. We're now in the elevator, going up. Oh. Oh. You're on YouTube? Oh. It's a pretty good hospital. We got staff over there. All right. They've moved me up to the 9th floor. I have a good view. It's a private room. It's pretty nice. I'm not hooked up to monitors and stuff, so might be able to sleep better tonight. I'm still a fall risk. Anyhow, nice quiet place. I could live here for a while, I guess. So I'll give you a view out the window. I have a nice view of downtown Boise, Idaho. I think I have some YouTube videos on this. Yeah, anyways, you can see the Capitol out there, I think. I've been told it's nice out there today. And we got it. I'm a connoisseur, you know. I've had a couple of items on the menu and I'm pleased. It's been pretty good. I mean, anyways. I don't recommend coming here to eat, but if you happen to be here, it's pretty good. I may not be doing videos on the dinner. Anyway, but yeah, it's a nice room, nice quiet, with a good view of downtown Boise, Idaho. I'm feeling much better. The numbness, so what happened? Today is the 2nd, so yesterday was the 1st, which was Saturday. So my surgery was Friday morning. So Friday, I had the surgery. I was feeling pretty good afterwards. Seemed pretty normal, but and then I slept that night. They checked me every hour in the ICU, and basically they have a series of tests that I have to do to make sure I'm not losing any strength or facial, so I can talk. And anyways, they're touching and probing and doing all kinds of stuff. But so I slept all that night from Friday till, well, intermittent between being poked and prodded until, I guess that would be Saturday morning. And so when they did a shift change, I started noticing some numbness in my foot. And as the day progressed, the whole left side, all the way up to the back of my head, my ear, not my face, but just my ear was numb. The other video was interrupted. I had a phone call and then some visitors, but I think I was describing my symptoms. Anyways, after the surgery on Friday, I felt pretty good. I believe I recovered this. But as the evening progressed into Friday to Saturday, my left side became numb. And now it's faded quite a bit. This is Sunday the 2nd. It's faded quite a bit, and the therapist just came in. We went for a walk. I still had a belt, and but I was walking pretty good. Did some exercises, some sitting up, sitting down, and walked around the hallway for a bit. So I'm getting around, not quite. My left leg, top and the bottom of the foot and up the leg, is still kind of numb, or the feeling's not quite right, which makes me a little unstable, I think. So I'll be here a little bit longer, and if I do keep improving, then I might be sent home in a day or two. But if I'm not, they potentially could send me to another place that specializes in rehab of this type. There's the Elks Lodge near here. There's downtown Boise. Anyways, so that's my current status as of March 2nd at 5 p.m. Anyway, I've had some visitors today and some phone calls and did some exercising and walking. And I have a big stent in the back of my neck. It's when I talked to the doctor this morning, the surgeon, he came by. They showed me, we did another CT scan, I think it was yesterday, when I started having the numbness, and everything looked good on the stent that is roughly just below the eyes, all the way back. And there's two main blood vessels that feed the back of the brain. And it's one of those. It's kind of a needed one. And it bloomed up, supposed to be the size of a lime. Picture that. That's how he described it. Anyways, the stent is through the middle of the embolism. It's surrounded by a clot. The stent expanded. Then he put another stent in there and expanded it to give it extra strength. And then that pushes the clot to the side. So we're gonna have to watch that over time. That he says the clot will dry up, maybe absorb a little bit, but turn into a scar tissue. That's how they described it slightly. And we just have to keep our eye on that. I'll be on medication for the rest of my life, evidently, to prevent blood sticking to the walls of the stent and things like that. Got to keep my blood pressure down. Stuff like that is what is described. But yeah, it's somewhere right in the middle of my head. There's two veins that feed the brain. And he's never had to, I guess it's the first time going there, but it was a difficult location. I think it was a difficult operation, and he might, I think I'm blessed, lucky and blessed. I don't know. Because I think he was surprised that I did not have, when the one ER doctor from the other St. Luke's called and told him that I was behaving normally and did not have any loss of motion or anything. I think he wanted to see me himself, so he did on that Thursday evening. So Thursday evening, they got me on medication to get the blood ready, or basically just prep for the surgery on Friday morning at roughly 7 or so. Or it could have been 8. Somewhere around there. Operation lasted like 2 to 4 hours. Some of it was prep. The actual operation might have only been 2 hours, but the prep and the post might have been an hour. That's roughly what I was told at one time. But yeah, here I am, still kicking. Son of a bitch. Life could change fast. I have my feeling back. Thank you. Yeah, like the doctor and the nurses here have been wonderful. And the therapist. So everything was lined up from where it happened, how I was transported, the surgery, and so far, just having the chance to be able to talk to my children again and my loved ones has been a pretty big blessing. Anyway. All right, it's, I believe it's March 2nd. No, it's March 3rd, Monday, I'm pretty sure. 7:35. Anyway, I just saw the neurosurgeon and the nurse practitioner that saved my life. Anyways, they say I'm doing well. There's a chance they may discharge me today, but they need to do more therapy to determine whether I need in-house or inpatient therapy or just go home. But I think I still have some numbness on the left side, and he is actually surprised I'm this well. And in fact, I think he was somewhat surprised the whole way through that I was somewhat not dead or more impaired. I mean, he didn't say that, but I have a feeling that this was a pretty major event. Anyway, so they haven't updated my calendar yet, but I think it's the 3rd. Anyways, he said, yeah, it's looking good. I may be able to go home today, tomorrow, go back to work pretty soon. I think I'll take another day off, or I don't know, and start activities, pumping weights. No, I'll probably taper into that. Anyhow, so I'm here with the living. I'm probably going to post this on my channel. It's kind of a personal thing, but it's part of my journey now. I am grateful for the extra time. It's appreciated. all kinds of things poking in me. I did another walk a little bit ago with one of the therapists. And I walked pretty good, went up some stairs and down. So they're feeling pretty good about my abilities, although there's still a weird sensation in my head and numbness on the bottom of my feet and up my body a little bit. But I got around pretty good. Still here, March 3rd, 2:35. Good morning. It's March 4th, 2025, Tuesday. Slept pretty good last night. It was probably the best night of sleep I've had on and off since I've been here. Saw the surgeon, Dr. Pro, this morning. Or no, I didn't. I saw his assistant this morning. I think Dr. Pro is going to stop in, but basically it sounds like I'll be discharged today and be able to go home with outpatient therapy, probably. So, yeah, my left side is still kind of has areas that are numb, but not too bad. Yesterday I was pretty confident walking around, and it feels like I just need to be up and around a bit more. Still kind of a dull, not really a headache, but just kind of a slight ache in the back of the neck and head when I'm sleeping. So I had to take a couple of Tylenol last night, but that helped knock it out a bit. Anyways, looking pretty good. I think I'm pretty fortunate, pretty blessed to still be here. I'll probably be repeating that for the rest of my life. But it's a nice sunny day here in Boise, Idaho. Looks like spring's on its way. Anyway, that's kind of my view. So I'm just grateful for people that work in the hospitals. It's been awesome. All right. I'm back. It's March 4th, 10:50 p.m., 10:50 a.m. Anyway, I received my discharge papers, so I'm going home today, probably in a couple hours. Evidently I'll be on a list of a few prescriptions for a while. Actually 2 or 3 forever. But once those get here, I'll be headed home. My daughter took all my clothes home, which was good. She's taking care of me. So I'll be going home butt naked. No, just kidding. They'll be bringing some clothes for me. And I'm going home. So I survived a basilar artery aneurysm. The doctor saw me again this morning, the neurosurgeon, and he says I'm in a good place, and that I think the area that they worked on was, he says, right by my switchboard up there. So I'm pretty much in a good place. I can move, I can walk, and I'm alive. So I am appreciative of all the people involved here at St. Luke's. It's been, so let me see another day. I'll probably keep saying that forever. Wow, each day's a new day, or a blessing. Anyways, I don't know how much of all this I'll post, but it's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So, see you later.